George Washington was one of the founders of the United States of America and the first president. Throughout his life, he was known as a brave man, and so loved his country. Today, February 22, 1732 ago, the founding father of the United States was born in Westmoreland County, Virginia. Washington was the first child of Augustine Washington and his second wife, Mary Ball. His great-grandfather was an American landlord who owned more than 2,000 acres. During the American Revolutionary War, Washington succeeded in ushering in America's independence from Great Britain. In addition, America's first president also presided over the 1787 Constitutional Convention, which established the government. New Federal. Washington was born on the Whale Creek Estate, close to Colonial Beach in Westmoreland, Virginia. His father was a tobacco grower who came from a noble family. Little Washington only had 7 or 8 years of formal education. His favorite subject is arithmetic. However, he was a forestry expert, land surveyor, and mapmaker. George Washington became one of the most popular in the United States. This cannot be separated from his role known as the founding father of America as well as the first president. Washington was once commissioned by the governor, Virginia Robert Dinwiddie, to the Ohio Valley when 13 regions of America were still British colonies. With great courage, he once conveyed a message to the French occupying the area to leave it immediately. After a few months, Washington came back to the Ohio Valley with an army of 150 men. Washington tried to seize the area, but Washington's troops lost. These events eventually sparked the war. French and Indians, which lasted from 1754 to 1763. Washington's reputation began to be recognized when he bravely fought to the death against the French. The pinnacle of Washington's military career happened when he was given the mandate to be the commander-in-chief. Continental Army in 1775 to 1783. In 1787, Washington was asked to attend a constitutional convention in Philadelphia. There, he was asked to lead the committee to draft a new constitution. During his time as committee leader, he looked impressive and convinced the delegates that he was a worthy one. Became the first president of the United States. Washington actually refused when it wanted to be nominated for president. However, because of the public's strong will, in the end, he wanted to run for president. The first election, held on January 7, 1789, won Washington easily. Washington was officially sworn in as the first president of the United States on April 30, 1789, in New York City. During his presidency, he established the permanent U.S. Capitol along the Potomac River, which is now Washington, D.C. On December 14, 1799, the people of the United States mourned. Their first president, George Washington, returned to God's house at the age of 67. The man who was known to be brave and the spirit of the leader, passed away forever. The president, who led the land of Uncle Sam between 1789 and 1797, died at his home in Mount Vernon, Fairfax, Virginia, at around 10 p.m. local time. The world also mourns hearing this sad news. The then Emperor of France, Napoleon Bonaparte, ordered 10 days of mourning in his country. In America alone, thousands of people were all black for months. George Washington's funeral was held at Mount Vernon on December 18, 1799. When he died, George left only one wife, Martha Dandridge Custis, and an adopted child. He has no children from his marriage to the widow of 4 children.